Alec Baldwin. So the question is, can Alec Baldwin portray the character of Tobit from the book of Tobit? Alec Baldwin is probably the most versatile actors working today, and maybe for decades. He's a likable actor and personality. I know he's lost his temper a couple times. Sometimes I think that's just for show. Here we call it bravado. So no, I don't take all that too seriously. Tobit is one of the most likable characters in the Bible, in the Old Testament. He's an 80-year-old man. He's a pious Jew, and he goes blind. He remembers some money that he set aside when he was young in a bank, and he sends his son to go fetch the money. Well, bringing back a huge retirement nest egg like that, no one wants to do that. They're afraid they'll be robbed. So he prays for a companion. God sends an angel. Now, on the others, there's two. I pitch this idea to people in Hollywood. There are 7 Jewish weddings in the story and 7 funerals. There are 7 demonic murders, and that's because there is a demon preying on a young Jewish girl, nice Jewish girl from a nice Jewish family. And this demon, his name is Asmodeus, kills she's married 7 times, and 7 times she's left a widow. So this demon kills her new husband before the marriages are even consummated. So Tobit is going to be the father-in-law. The girl's name that's being preyed upon is named Sarah. She also prays for God to take her life. God doesn't do that. He sends an angel, Raphael. So the same angel that is going to escort Tobit's son to bring back the money is also going to dispatch the demon. So you've got 7 Jewish weddings, 7 demonic murders, and at the end there's a big fight between the angel Raphael and the demon Asmodeus. But the question is about Alec Baldwin. Alex is he's a lot like Tobit. I think Tobit is pious and charitable and takes care of a lot of people, people that he doesn't know. But chiefly, it's a family story. There are 2 families, and Tobit wants so much to take care of everyone. He wants grandchildren. He wants his son to find a spouse. Alec Baldwin would be great. I think he would be interested. You would have to talk to his people. They're managers and agents build this moat around celebrities. Maybe a little less around Alec Baldwin. I understand he's a very open guy, and he's certainly on the creative side. Now, I don't know if all the people around him are as creative. I'm not sure there's a lot of creativity in here. You just need to step up to the plate and make the film. It's never been a film, but it's one of the stories in the Old Testament. There was a silent film in the 1920s. I think Alec Baldwin would jump on this in a heartbeat if he knew the demographics. Yeah, it's. I've done research. I'm not going to write a screenplay. It took me a week probably to do that. Uh, and I adapted it from the Book of Tobit that's in half the Bibles. Catholics, uh, Eastern Orthodox, it's in their Bible. So many Jewish people, when they're young, are taught the story. There was a Jewish lady, and she was married 7 times. 7 times she was a widow, and did she lose faith in God? No. So it's a good moral lesson. The Catholics call 4 books the books of wisdom. Tobit, the book of Tobit, is one of them because he departs a good amount of wisdom, how to live, and maybe some rules and guidelines for his grandkids. So yeah, Alec Baldwin could play an 80-year-old Jewish man. There's no doubt. It's not. The story is 2,600 years old at least. It was written down 2,600 years ago. It may have existed before then. I'm not sure we're going to make a film with that's set 3,000 years ago and have everybody in robes for costumes. It's not. I'm not sure that's economically viable. However, my adaptation puts the story in the 1930s in Amsterdam, right before the Nazi invasion. Everyone knows what happens in 1940, 1941. Here come the Nazis, and all the characters are Jewish. Remember, it's an Old Testament story. So I set it in the 1930s and in Amsterdam specifically because of the drama. Because Tobit, or Alec Baldwin, is one of the most liked characters in the Old Testament, the audience is going to want it to turn out well for him. Well, he's 80 years old and we don't live forever. And it says in the Bible, remember, 1.6 billion with a B people have read this story in their religious training. So they know he's going to die. I don't know. At least half the audience will sort of know the story. The only question is, how is it going to be treated? How is Tobit going to be treated by Hollywood? Is Tobit going to pass away in his bed peacefully in 1940 before the Nazis get there? Peacefully. He may die in his sleep, maybe. Now, that would be a good turnout. But in the back of people's head, in the audience, they're going to be thinking, okay, Amsterdam, this is the 1930s. We know the Nazis are going to get there in 41. Is Tobit going to be, and his family? Both families. Sarah, Toby, the son, there's Tobit's wife and Tobit. Are they going to be dragged off to one of the Nazi concentration camps? Is he going to die a violent death in a gas chamber, or will he die peacefully in bed? So that's the reason I put it in the 1930s and in Amsterdam. Alec Baldwin. Man, I would say that's definitely doable. Little makeup and well, like I said, he's one of the most versatile actors. I think Tobit is a no-brainer. I think this is a good criteria for Hollywood to follow. I mean, look at the demographics and look at the expectation. 1.6 billion people worldwide, and 70% of them speak English. So this could easily be filmed in English and be a global, massive, billion-dollar story because of people's familiarity with the story and just flat out. I mean, you don't even have to advertise or market that it's a biblical story. You just 7 Jewish weddings and 7 demonic murders and a big fight between an angel and a demon, and you will have instant success. Okay, but anyway, here's the criteria. You've got all these people with the expectation because they've seen it in print. They've read it 100 times maybe. They heard it since they were little kids. And little kids understand. I think the nuns may leave out the part about unconsummated marriage, but the little kids know what a wedding is. They know what a widow is. They know what an orphan is, and they know what a widow is. So from a very young age, 10 years old, they've heard this story, but it's never been filmed. Seriously? Now, I think it's fallen through the cracks. No one's picked it up. There are some political and religious reasons why it hasn't been made into a film. I'll ask when I was in school, this was 40 years ago, in Dublin, at University College of Dublin, which is a Catholic school. I asked one of the priests, why was Tobit taken out of the Protestant Bibles? He said, oh, that happened in the 1920s in the U.S. He said it started in the United States. And I said, well, what caused all that? And he said, politics, which that's my field. And so I've thought about this movie for a long time and why it was taken out of the Bible. And he said it was because of the anti-German and anti-Catholic sentiment in the U.S. following World War I. That was his point of view. I asked a Lutheran minister not 3-4 years ago, and he said it was taken out of the Protestant Bibles because it has magic, which is incredible because all the miracles are magic. So if it's maybe a little too Catholic, if it's a miracle a little too Catholic, then it's labeled magic and the book is removed. They removed, I think, like 4 books from the King James Bible. And so the Bible the Protestants use are missing a few stories. And one of them is Tobit. But still there's 1.5 or 1.6 billion people worldwide that know the story. And I think it's ripe for a movie. Alec Baldwin is one of the most intelligent, and I know for a fact he paid attention in school. In political science, we teach a word or phrase, the attentive public. People that paid attention in school, people that read newspapers, people that are aware of the world around them, are highly influential come election time and in shaping public opinion. Well, same thing in Hollywood. There's a lot of numbskulls, and they have very little power in Hollywood. But if you paid attention in school, your opinion is valued. I know for a fact Alec Baldwin is aware of the story of Tobit. I think someone, and you're going to have to ask his people to let down the drawbridge because they always dig a moat around the celebrity. Alec Baldwin would be great. You have to get this to him. You have to sell the idea of 7 Jewish weddings and 7 demonic murders. Big fight between the angel Raphael, and the demon Asmodeus. And 1.6 billion people expect this movie to be made. It won't take long to pitch that to any agent or manager. Should jump on that. And once Alec Baldwin hears, it's an iconic role. To me, it's almost like playing Moses or Jesus or Abraham, Noah. So we can make all these movies about the Bible, but we forgot one? Question mark. It won't go on forever. Someone that will make this film. I don't know where you want it set, or I would not change the story of Tobit. You can add to it to add a little color or flavor or artistic license, but I wouldn't change it. Yeah, Alec Baldwin. Call his people, ask him.